The following has been brought to you by RockSolidFanClub.ca.
This is the low. The low. Live audio wrestling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Law Live Audio Wrestling. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it all, and leave us a comment, leave us a dislike. I don't even, just do some engagement. Let us know you were here. I'm not saying piss in the corner or anything like that, but, let us know that you are checking it out. Bradie, let me ask you a question, if you don't mind, please. We're talking about the world of boxing. There's a lot going on in the world of boxing right now. Like, you got news reports coming out that, this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul thing may not actually be happening because, Mike Tyson, shocker, spoiler, he may be too old to get into the ring and fight.
No, that's not like we called that at the beginning of the year, is it?
I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing here?
We didn't buy into any of this bullshit since the day they announced it.
And then it leads us back to what we were talking about. What's going to be the replacement? Because Jake Paul's not going to lose out on that kind of money, obviously, right? So what would you replace it with? And you said your choice would be who again?
Oh, I would give him a couple people. I would like to see him fight Usyk.
Like at the same time?
Well, we'd all want to see a bunch of people beat up Jake at the same time. But I mean, like in a boxing ring, I would like to see him fight Usyk. That's not going to happen. I'd like to see him fight Canelo. Not going to happen. I don't think it's a fair fight anyway.
No, it's not.
I think they're going to bring in Mike Perry again.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I think they're friends now.
What? Okay, and then you're just going to have the same exact thing that you had with Tyron Woodley?
Well, it's going to be Logan and KSI type shit. Logan and KSI hated each other. Then they made a bunch of money fighting each other. Then they became business owners. What are you thinking? What are you looking up? I see you're there.
This is what I was just double checking here to make sure. Did you partake in any of the Olympics?
No.
Did you happen to see any of the advertising?
Are you going to give him the girl that was breakdancing? Jake Paul versus Ray Gun?
That would be fantastic.
That'd sell.
I mean, listen, intergender jiu-jitsu matches, they've happened. Mm-hmm. No, what I was going to say was Jake Paul actually was talking about the Olympics on the Olympics, and he did a video, and it was aired, and it was all about how he was disappointed because he missed the cutoff by a few weeks or something like that for him to get into the Olympics this year, but he's going to be there for 2028. And this aired all over the place, and then a day later the Olympic Committee said we're removing breakdancing and boxing from the Olympics in 2028. So thanks, Jake Paul, you jerk.
Prick.
Unbelievable.
So I was going to say, do you think he's going to fight the girl from Argentina? Like, what's going on in your head here? Who do you think he's going to fight?
I think, in my opinion, who he should fight is pretty much anybody. You said that, he could fight his brother. I don't see that happening. I think the only person outside of a professional fighter inside of that realm of what he's looking for is KSI. That's the only fight that happens.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to draw.
He'll sleep KSI. Although KSI fights really weird, he'll sleep him.
It's a draw. And it's not there for the, for the getting punched in the face. It's there for the making of the monies. Right?
Can we put Jake Paul versus Sam Hyde?
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that too. Although Sam, I think, would gas.
I also think Sam might bite him repeatedly.
I just want to see the promos leading up to it with Sam.
Yeah, I think the whole
shouts out fucking Sam Hyde, man. When it comes to internet trolls, there is no better. But Sam Hyde versus Jake Paul on Netflix would do well.
Now I do have a question. I do have a question for you because you talk about like all of the the celebrity that goes along with boxing.
Yeah.
And everything. Jake Paul on these fights, they draw celebrities out. A lot of them are these bullshit, influencers, these assholes with YouTube channels and stuff like that. But most of them, are like high profile people that actually have real jobs.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you don't see at any of these events are any of the A-class celebrities. These are the guys that you see at the Canelo fights, at the Anthony Joshua fights, at, I don't know if you noticed recently, the last Riyadh season card that they had, the Terrence Crawford fights. Prior to the Terrence Crawford fight was a 4-song, performance from Eminem.
Hmm.
I don't know if you caught any of this stuff, but listen, Eminem is back. And he, I mean, not that he ever really left. I mean, he just decided to take a weekend off, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But he has not missed a beat, no pun intended, whatsoever.
He's a big boxing fan as well.
He is a huge boxing fan because right after his performance, he didn't even bother to bounce like you would imagine or whatever. Now he went and took the seat right next to the Sheik.
Well, if anybody knows Eminem, his background outside of music, he has produced things like Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal, which was a boxing movie. And leading into boxing movies, the other person that you want to talk about is pretty well known with boxing movies as well.
Well, I was mentioning the fact that, talking to you, and I was wondering the question: who do you think is a bigger boxing fan?
Hmm.
You think that it's somebody like Eminem?
If this was a competition,
if this was a competition between just the fandom, not who
Fandom.
could beat up who or anything like that, because
historian.
we don't need to be starting none of that shit. Not with
Well, we
Eminem.
know who would win.
Not with that, anyways. Not with Eminem.
Yeah.
But who do you think is a bigger fan inside of that realm of celebrity? An Eminem or a Mark Wahlberg? Marky Mark himself, right? Because Mark Wahlberg, listen, he's done movies about boxing. We see him at the boxing events. We see the giving back by both of these guys to the world of boxing, by showing up and giving their celebrity status to those events.
Well,
Right?
here's my take on it. One is a huge fan of boxing. Could be a historian. Probably is because he's very intelligent. That would be Eminem. The other one has grown up in boxing gyms, has been playing the athletic game for a very long time, just as much as his arts and crafts game. And I think we're not talking about fighting, but when it comes to being in the gym and actually participating in something that you love, it becomes a completely different thing. It's just because you can't live without it.
But we're talking two guys that grew up in monster boxing towns.
Boston,
Like
Detroit.
Detroit's
Yeah.
a Boston town, and Boston are both huge boxing cities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it would have been bred into their blood at a very early age, right?
Who do you think is the bigger fan?
Wow. I mean, the bigger outward fan, I would probably have to say Mark Wahlberg. The big, you know what I mean, who has more of that profile. Does he go out to the fights as much anymore? No. But I'll bet you see him in Vegas. I bet you see him at the Canelo fight, right? And I bet you will end up seeing him at one of the Sheik's fights or whatever. Or maybe the Sheik's got heat with Mark because Mark has, does business deals with other countries that the Sheik doesn't like. Who knows?
I got to be a prick for a minute. From working with people around Mark, as far as I know, Mark is not the guy that wants to be in the limelight. So he's not going to sit front row at a boxing fight unless there's somebody there he knows.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the back. You'll
Right.
never even know he was there unless you checked out his Instagram or something, and he probably won't even do that because he's a pretty private guy.
And
You
I
see
mean,
pictures of him at dinner. That's about all you're going to see.
rightfully so. Rightfully so. Eminem, same way.
Very much so.
Other than the fact he's got a new album to promote. Right?
And this is why he would sit front row and wouldn't be in the back, or be.
Yeah.
This is albums. If Mark had a movie about boxing, guaranteed he'd be front row with their excellency as well, right? So I get it.
I think the two of them should collab.
Well, I think they kind of have before, though.
Do a movie. No, I don't mean like an underwear model shoot. I mean
I don't think Eminem is fucking modeling any underwear anytime soon, buddy.
Oh, I bet he still does.
Yeah, Rihanna's house or whoever pop star he's hanging out with.
You're listening to live audio wrestling with the notorious T. I'm T and Little Bradie. Tune into the live. Telesportcards.com, the best in Canada. NHL, NBA, NFL, MLB, Pokemon, UFC, WWE. Telesportcards.com, the hobby's best friends. That's Telesportcards.com.
Solidfanclub.ca gives you full access to Canada's leader in professional wrestling, featuring legends like Mick Foley, modern megastars such as Cody Deaner, and future sensations like Tyler Turva. RockSolidFanClub.ca offers exclusive series, podcasts, live streams, specials, and full events, all for less than $9 a month. Sign up today at RockSolidFanClub.ca, where real fans get it.